Go ahead. Hey, wrestling fans, F and True viewers, and hopefully future subscribers. This is a new concept. Let JC talk about it, but I'm Brian Crazy.
I'm JC Styles of F and True Wrestling.
And this is something new we're going to bring to you. So, Joey, take it.
Last couple of months, basically, we've been getting a lot of questions about the WWE, TNA, and we've been really good on trying to stay on top of answering these questions. But me and Brian decided to discuss it a couple weeks back that we need to sit down in front of the camera and answer these questions for you. This is going to be one long video, so guys, if we don't get to your question in the first part, please check the second part out. Again, like I said, this is going to be one big video, and yes, that is Nitro playing in the background from 1996. Just bored, just something to have in the background. So,
and basically what we did was we looked over all the comments that have been left, analyzed them, figured out what pretty much the best questions were for what we have been left. And we're going to sit down and talk about them. We got 13 questions we're going to run over right now from a couple different YouTube subscribers of ours. Some things that they're curious about, what's going to happen, what they're going to see. I mean, when you write a little info text thing, you know, you can only explain so much. You can only go into so much depth. I mean, words are powerful, but you can still only go into so much depth. Now you're going to get to see JC and Brian Crazy one-on-one go talk about all these things that are the future of what's going on in wrestling.
First question is from 1984 Terminator. What do you think of Randy Orton maybe taking over Cena for a while and make Orton the top face and Cena the top heel along with Wade Barrett?
You know, I think Cena kind of stepping out of the title picture is kind of good right now. He's really kind of involved in the Nexus angle right now, and kind of the title picture's kind of shifted to Orton. And I think, you know, Sheamus, even though he's up and coming, I think he was a good interim champion. I think Orton's really paid his dues, and I think Orton deserves the strap.
I agree. You know, Orton's at the top of his game right now. They're actually giving him TV time to better the character. I mean, we all remember the Legend Killer gimmick, and that was just phenomenal. They had him go out there and RKA all the legends, and, you know, he had great feuds with The Undertaker, feuds with Benoit, feuds with Triple H after he left. He was forced out of Evolution. So, you know, this guy's really gotten at the top of his game, and we kind of see Cena wrapping up with the whole Nexus angle. And you know what? I mean, sooner or later, whether it happens now or in the future, John Cena will be heel. I mean, just look at how long it took them to turn Hulk Hogan heel, and it took them from almost 20 years. So, who knows?
Real quick, though, I mean, arguably, Cena was kind of a heel when he joined the WWE.
Yeah, but it was only short-lived for, like, a couple of months.
But if he could somehow reharness that character, there you go.
The second question from 1984 Terminator was, if The Miz does win the WWE Championship, how long do you see him holding the belt for? My thoughts on this whole situation is just simply this, that if they give The Miz more TV time to harness his mic skills and his in-ring ability more, to sharpen those skills, I could see him probably going champion for at least a couple of months, if not maybe more than a couple of months, maybe 6-7 months. But it all really depends on who they're going to put him in the ring with, because if they're going to put him in the ring with people like John Cena and Triple H and Sheamus, he's not going to last at all as champion. Do I want to see him as champion? Yes. There's a lot better than seeing Sheamus. It's a lot better than seeing Cena, a lot better than seeing Orton. We get somebody fresh.
I have kind of the same views on The Miz. I think if his character's developed a little bit more, I think it would be very premature of the creative team to allow Miz to capture the belt at this point. I mean, just because he's Mr. Money in the Bank doesn't mean he has to win the championship tomorrow. I think it would be smart that he holds on to that, use it as a bargaining chip. You know, it's kind of fueling his character right now. I mean, he has definitely taken a big heel turn. And I really think once his in-ring skills are sharpened just a little bit more, and his mic skills are sharpened a little bit more, like JC said, he could probably carry the belt for at least a good 6 months.
What young WWE superstars today do you see getting a WWE title push and winning the title?
Well, you know, as I kind of predicted in previous videos, I always thought that Dolph Ziggler had a real good chance of picking up a title, and he just won his first IC belt. Me and Joe all predicted The Miz. We've also predicted, I mean, when we first saw the Nexus angle, we knew they were going to do big things. I think all their in-ring ability is getting sharpened a little bit.
And Wade Barrett does have a future title shot. Hence the reason that he winning the NXT season 1. He is automatically granted one future WWE title shot. It depends on what title he really wants to go after.
And I mean, speaking of future superstars, I think Barrett has the most in-ring ability out of the 7.
Oh yeah, him and I would want to say Justin Gabriel.
Gabriel with that incredible
450 splash
off the top rope. I mean, you just took the words out of my mouth.
Evan Bourne is another guy I see doing big things in this company. I mean, you don't have to be the biggest guy in the business to win a championship.
Well, I think John Cena helped giving him that little bit of a push. Really, really was big. And I was kind of hoping that maybe he that was a title match on Raw, and maybe he had the chance of picking up the United States title. But unfortunately, it didn't pan out that way.
We also have guys like Kofi Kingston, MVP. Mark Henry's been there for a while, and he's only been really European or Intercontinental and ECW.
Speaking of MVP, he picked up a big win this coming Friday, 8/13 on SmackDown against Jack Swagger. For you guys who haven't checked out our other videos yet.
So yeah, I mean, big things coming from the little guys in the WWE. Push these guys, do something with them. Just don't have them in squash matches when you know they're going to lose the match automatically as soon as their opponent comes
actually, surprisingly enough, this up-and-coming, speaking of future stars, this upcoming episode of SmackDown, you see not only Dolph get over, you also see Christian gets beaten, and Matt Hardy gets beaten by 2 younger up-and-coming guys. I can't remember exactly who it was, but I really think that's the style of booking that they're really trying to push this younger talent. Think if I can grab the next question?
Yeah, it is a question that's been on the minds of a lot of people for the last couple of months now, since probably late last year.
Yeah, this is another question coming from 1984 Terminator. Who do you think the new Raw general manager is? I kind of let you jump into it, Joe. I really honestly don't know. They've thrown so many different angles at us. It's got to be somebody that's got some experience in the business,
They've dropped like 3 quotes on us from past wrestlers. That's the bottom line because the GM said so. If you smell what the GM is cooking, just when you think you have the answers, I change the questions. Roddy Piper, The Rock, and Austin quotes. It's really hard because it's starting to get to the point where it's getting ridiculously boring. They just I'm hoping that they do something good. For all
this, Michael Cole could be the general manager.
Yeah, just do something. I mean, don't just have the computer. I mean, what is right now? Our GM is electronic.
And what happened to Michael Cole's heel turn?
Exactly. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what's going on with that.
Yeah. Well, we got up next from 1984 Terminator. Also, if that casket match is a go and Kane loses, does that mean he's going to retire, or is he going to come back at Survivor Series as Masked Kane? I really didn't hear any speculation about this, Joe. I
don't really know. I mean, if Kane does lose the casket match when it is booked, probably Kane will just go on hiatus for a little while.
He has been working it straight.
Give him a little break from TV, giving him a break from the ring. Just like The Undertaker, Undertaker after WrestleMania, you didn't really see him for a while. And, he kind of took a break from the ring. So, all these guys have been in the business for so long, like Kane has. He hasn't really had a big break in the business, and he hasn't really had time away from the business as well. So, if they do book a casket match and Kane does lose, I look to see Kane out for a couple of months before he returns. And as him returning as a Masked Kane, I don't know. I mean, they kind of did that, and it was kind of stupid at a point. So.
Well, I mean, coming back to Masked Kane, I'm not going to say that the idea is quote unquote stupid. I just don't think it's something that I don't think that's something that they're going to move towards, in my opinion.
We already know what his face looks like. He's bald. There's no
I mean, that was a great gimmick, and it was unfortunate that they actually cut it short. But I think if he does go through a grueling casket match with The Undertaker and he manages to hold this strap for the next couple months, like JC said, that maybe some time off in Kane's future would be probably the angle that he would be going towards. He has been working the last couple years straight.
Exactly.